Coming up on OU Nightly, we're tracking severe storms headed towards OU Norman campus. I'll let you know the timing, the impacts, and everything you need to know in my full forecast.
And concerns from Norman residents over 2 issues impacting their money. Hear the issues at hand. And stocks drop after an announcement from President Trump. Find out why. This is OU Nightly.
A severe weather threat is moving into Oklahoma. Thanks for watching OU Nightly. I'm Olivia Hayes.
And I'm Colson Pocock. The largest team of collegiate meteorologists in the nation is issuing a campus weather alert day. OU Nightly meteorologist Aiden Bruns is here to tell us what to expect. Aiden?
Olivia, Colson, it is a pretty big setup for most of the entire state tonight for severe weather. Norman is included in this orange enhanced risk, which is a 3 out of 5 on the Storm Prediction Center scale for severe weather. So we're going to break this down throughout the entire forecast today. The main threats that we're tracking as of now, wind is the highest. We could see some strong damaging wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour possible. Tornadoes and hail also possible. We can't rule them out. Could be here or there, quarter size hail is possible, and we can't rule out flooding in some of those localized thunderstorms. We're going to break that down coming up. But the wind alerts, well, we've got a wind advisory for most of Norman and also a watch out in western Oklahoma. So we're going to be tracking that because the winds are going to continue after the storms tonight. In your full forecast, though, we're just going to break all of this down by detail and also get you a look on what temperatures are coming throughout the rest of this week.
Thank you, Aiden. The battle continues for the $1 billion Rock Creek Arena and Entertainment District here in Norman.
A Cleveland County judge issued a judgment saying the petition that would bring the district to a vote of people is insufficient. OU Nightly reporter Abigail Franklin sat in at a community town hall where a plan to appeal was discussed.
And that's really what this comes down to, is let us vote.
It was a packed house in Norman as taxpayers gathered for a town hall to continue their fight.
We have a process to go through, it's a journey to go through, and we just need to do the best we can.
That fight is to bring the arena and entertainment district to the ballot.
We could have written 1,000 gists here, and it was going to be challenged.
And since Cleveland County Judge Jeff Virgin's decision,
is that the end? Will the arena be built?
attorney Rob Norman has worked around the clock to appeal.
30 days to appeal. That 30 days is 1 week in process right now. We feel we have a good case to go up to the Capitol one day and have oral argument in front of all 9 justices.
And that same good feeling resonates with those in attendance.
No, I don't plan for failure on that one, so we just always hope that we win. That's the plan that we made. If we win, it goes to a vote, right? And that's what we want.
Reporting in Norman, Abigail Franklin, OU Nightly.
Attorney Rob Norman will ask for the appeal to stay with the Oklahoma Supreme Court justices.
Also at that town hall, representatives from the Moore Norman Technology Center who are asking voters to approve a $90 million bond for improvements. Voters living in the Moore or Norman school districts are eligible to decide on the proposal, which would raise property taxes.
OU Nightly spoke with Superintendent Brian Ruttman on what they're asking for. Our OU Nightly reporter, Kariana Gamboa, explains.
A seat for every student.
By 2033, we want a seat for every qualified student in the program.
This is a goal that Moore Norman Technology Center believes they can achieve with their proposed $90 million bond.
Ultimately, our goal is to have the workforce that we need today, but also training for the future as well.
For almost 50 years, the school has served Cleveland, McLean, and Oklahoma County, providing multiple workforce training and development to high school students and adults. But last year alone, they had to turn away 25% of qualified applicants in a time where the workforce demand is increasing.
Really what this bond is doing is it's going to allow us to expand our capacities so we can get those students in and get them trained so we can get them out to the employer in industry. That type of training, we need a spot here to expand that into so we can bring those companies in, all their workforce in.
Now it's in the hands of voters.
Once we have those funds, we've already begun working with architects and construction management. They're aware of what the projects are. Once that bond, or if that bond passes, we'll take it to the next step and we'll really begin ramping those up.
If voters approve the bond, construction could be completed in 2 years. Kiriana Gamboa, OU Nightly.
Today is the last day of early voting, but there's still time to cast your vote. Polls open tomorrow at 7 a.m.
One member of Oklahoma's delegation is weighing in on the relationship between the U.S. and Ukraine. OU Nightly's Oliver Schaefer has that and the rest of today's national and international headlines from the News Center. Oliver.
Republican U.S. Senator James Lankford from Oklahoma is coming to the defense of Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky following the Oval Office clash between him and President Trump.
No, we're not turning our back on Ukraine, nor should we. Putin is a murderous KGB thug that murders his political enemies and is a dictator there.
Lankford pointed out that Russia had previously broken ceasefires and said that Russian President Vladimir Putin, quote, killed our people and didn't exchange prisoners. The Dow drops nearly 2% and the NASDAQ 3% ahead of Donald Trump's proposed tariffs on Canada, Mexico, and China. The proposed tariffs would impose a full 25% on Canada and Mexico, with Chinese imports being raised by 10%. Today, President Trump said, quote, there was no room left to negotiate with the countries. Pope Francis remains hospitalized tonight after 2 episodes of acute respiratory failure. The Pope underwent 2 procedures and doctors removed a buildup of secretions today. This is a month after being diagnosed with double pneumonia, and the latest update, the Vatican says the Pope was given an oxygen mask and is now resting. Former New York Governor Andrew Cuomo has announced he is running for New York City mayor. This comes after accusations of sexual assault caused Cuomo to resign in 2021. Olivia Colson.
Thank you, Oliver. Federal layoffs continue, this time targeting the Social Security Administration. More on how many employees will lose their job coming up in Money Matters.
And things may be looking up for prospective homebuyers. OU Nightly has the latest on the housing market after this break.
Even the mighty might not see it coming. It's prediabetes, and it captures 1 in 3 adults. But you can escape. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test to know where you stand and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. Be your own hero on smartphones everywhere at doihaveprediabetes.org.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
The Social Security Administration is planning to cut about 7,000 jobs. OU Nightly's Whitney Smith has this and more on today's Money Matters.
The Social Security Administration says the large cut focuses on employees who do not provide mission-critical services. The reduction is a part of a larger reorganization following the Trump administration's efforts to downsize the federal government. A union representing federal employees says the agency is already at a 50-year staffing low, despite serving more Americans than ever before. Chip giant Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company plans to invest $100 billion to expand in the U.S. TSMC is the world's biggest semiconductor manufacturer and provides chips for companies including Apple and Intel. President Trump says this is a tremendous move by the most powerful company in the world and that it's a matter of economic security. If you're looking to buy a home this spring, the housing market is starting to shift in favor of buyers in many parts of the country. A recent Redfin analysis shows it will take more than 3 months to sell all the homes that were listed for sale in January. This is the most in 6 years and points to sellers losing leverage. Shoppers in Southeast Florida currently have the most buying power. Microsoft officially announces that Skype will be going offline for good on May 5th of this year. The tech giant is now pivoting all of its focus to Microsoft Teams. Spencer, Colson.
Thanks, Whitney. Coming up, an OU athlete is ready to compete for Team USA for a second time.
Hear about her excitement and the challenges of representing the nation next.
And we're expecting severe weather to impact Norman tonight. You're going to want to stick around for my full forecast with all the details after the break.
Love the hustle, Cliff. Who are you?
Your lungs.
We're quite proud of you.
Even though you quit smoking years ago, you may be at risk for lung cancer.
Okay. Well, with the routine screening, you can detect it early when it's more curable.
Sounds good, guys. Can I get a little space here?
Biologically, no.
Okay.
Listen to your lungs. Get a routine screening that could save your life. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org.
When I was growing up, my mom was extremely tidy. We were trained to put things back where we got them from. One day, when I walked into my mom's house, I felt like I walked to someone else's house. There was stuff everywhere. And just growing up the way I grew up and to see this transition was very alarming.
When Sean talked to me, it was a wake-up call, and that's when I went to the doctor.
Oh, right. Look at you taking the stairs. Who are you?
We're your lungs. We are proud of you for quitting smoking, but you still may be at risk for lung cancer.
A routine cancer scan can detect it early when it's more curable. Good to know. Well, I gotta go somewhere.
So do we.
Listen to your lungs. Get a routine screening that could save your life. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org.
OU Nightly, and thanks for joining us. We've got a lot to tell you about once again with severe weather impacting Norman tonight. Let's take a look at this severe weather outlook graphic that I've got for you from the Storm Prediction Center. We're looking at an enhanced risk for Norman tonight. If I can pull it up for you, in the orange right there is a level 3 out of 5 risk from the Storm Prediction Center impacting Norman tonight. However, most of Oklahoma is expected to see severe weather tonight. We're looking at hail as well as possible damaging winds and tornadoes even. So we're going to break it all down for you and what it's going to look like. If I can get to here's the large hail outlook. So in the yellow is where we're expecting more hail possible, larger hail up to quarter size. However, out here in the brown too, we could also see some hail. And then with the wind gust outlook, it's looking pretty similar, but we include the red, which is a larger chance for stronger wind gusts and could lead to some more damaging impacts. Norman included on that for us. And if we look at the tornado outlook, it looks pretty similar once again. Where those winds are expected to be stronger, we could see tornadoes, a little bit of a higher chance for us with these storms. For the timeline, we've got possible chances of seeing these storms developing all night, mostly in western Oklahoma between 10 and 2 o'clock. But Norman expecting to hear or see these storms between midnight, and they could be lasting all the way up until 4 o'clock in the morning, and then pushing west out into, or pushing east, excuse me, to eastern Oklahoma, where we're going to continue to see those storms. To time it out for you, this is what our future track is looking like. We're going to be pretty clear until about 10 o'clock is when those storms are supposed to be starting to pop out in western Oklahoma and mostly northwestern Oklahoma. So Woodward, Enid, seeing those tracking through there first as it continues to push eastward. Norman expecting to see that right around midnight, 1 a.m. And it's going to be a pretty fast moving linear system. As you can see here, we've got a lot of color on the map, so hail possible, some very strong damaging wind gusts pushing through as it is quite strong. And we're going to see that continuing to push east. However, you do see a little bit of back building on this. So with how fast these storms are going to be moving, they're going to be coming in fast. So make sure that you put your car in a garage tonight. You have a safe spot in case you do get woken up by a tornado siren in the middle of the night, because it is going to be quite a fast linear system for us. It's going to continue tracking east, leaving us dry for Tuesday morning, which is the good news. But in the meantime, right now, most of us probably felt the mugginess outside, looking foggy here on our Weather Center cam. Temperatures right around 56 degrees here in Norman, but also check out the humidity, 93%, excuse me, that dew point at 54. So putting some ingredients in place to add to the moisture and all of the ingredients we're going to need for severe weather to develop tonight. Current temperatures across the region, we've got 50s, 60s, 70 out in Elk City right now. And like I said, with these storms, winds are going to be pretty much our biggest impact. However, they're going to be continue to track out pretty strong the next couple of days with that wind advisory in place for Norman. Look at this, 41 miles per hour wind gusts on Tuesday for us. So continuing throughout the next couple of days, just keep that in mind with your plans. Otherwise, tomorrow is looking pretty calm besides the wind gusts. Temperatures are going to be pretty close to average for us, around 60 degrees for us. And with your extended forecast throughout the next couple of days in this week, looking to be much calmer, seeing lows still in the 30s overnight, but getting into the 50s, 60s, a little bit cooler this weekend on Saturday with 49. But I'm going to send things over to OU Nightly meteorologist Dylan Strelko for some more extended coverage of tonight's storms.
Thanks, Aiden. Well, speaking of tornadoes, we want to make sure that you know where you want to take shelter if a warning is issued for your area. So, of course, it's going to be anywhere that is the lowest part of your home, such as a basement or some sort of underground storm shelter. But if you don't have a basement or an underground storm shelter, you want to put as much separation between you and the exterior walls. So that's going to be anywhere like an interior bathroom or an interior closet, away from doors and windows. Again, if you do not have a basement, put as much separation between you and those exterior walls as you can.
Thank you, Dylan and Aiden, for keeping us weather aware and prepared. Your campus weather authority has partnered with NextGen Weather Call to provide real-time updates in the event of severe weather.
For just $1 per month, you will receive a call from an OU Nightly meteorologist anytime severe weather knocks on your front door. Just scan the QR code on your screen to sign up today.
The OU feature twirler has made Team USA, but making the team is the easy part. Samantha Rizzo is ready for a second chance to compete. With this being her second year on Team USA, she knows exactly what to expect, not only in training, but also in expenses.
As a college student and athlete, she has to raise money for all travel competitions and coaches' expenses to compete. While trying to raise several thousands of dollars, her family is still recovering from when she competed in 2024.
It's very tough on the athletes because it can cost upwards of like 12, 13 grand. And because it's not just us that we have to provide for, we also have to provide for our coaches to come.
For her first year, she used GoFundMe to raise money, and as of now, she does not have one posted, but is still currently in the fundraising process.
The Oklahoma City Thunder were raining buckets despite a skirmish on the court.
And OU Diamond Sports battled teams from all over the country. Andrew?
That's right. Plus, OU men's basketball looked to add to their March Madness resume at Ole Miss, while OU women's hoops battled against a Crimson foe on Senior Day. See if these were tears of joy or sadness in sports.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What? I can't drive. Why? My. Oh.
Jason, let's go see your room.
How was it? Is it good?
Even the mighty might not see it coming. It's prediabetes, and it captures 1 in 3 adults. But you can escape. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test to know where you stand and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. Be your own hero on smartphones everywhere at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Hello, I'm Andrew West, and it's time for sports. The annual OU football spring game is no more, as the program announced it will be replaced by the Crimson Combine April 12th at 1 p.m. The event will feature OU players and coaches participating in Combine-style drills. Fan engagement and autograph opportunities will also be available. This comes after schools like Texas and USC drop their spring games as schools across the country move away from the spring ball system. Another week, another SEC Women's Basketball Player of the Week for Reagan Beers. She recorded her 11th double-double of the season against Alabama on Sunday. Senior Peyton Verhulst also had 24 points to cap off the Senior Day win 91-84. Jenny Baranchek was not shy about what these seniors mean to the program.
You look at what they've been able to do. I mean, they've cut nets down. And when they first stepped on campus, I don't know if that's what they were thinking about. And then, you know, they went from not being where they wanted to be to cutting nets down to then being in the SEC. This class is one that you can tell is a legacy class. It's more than winning. It's about what kind of impact they want to have on each other.
Porter Mosier's OU men's basketball squad didn't have the same success as the ladies when they went down to Ole Miss Saturday. OU freshman Dayton Forsyth put up 23 points in the second half, but Ole Miss guard Edmond native Sean Padula says, "You can't see me, game over, Sooners fall 87-84. Over on the diamond, not as much changed for OU baseball as they swept California State University Northridge in a 3-game series over the weekend, propelling them to their best start of a regular season since 2011 at 11-0. Head coach Skip Johnson pointed to pitching as the difference maker.
I mean, he goes out there, you know, I mean, in college, you might have a 3-inning save, you know, and so just get the guy out and or let the guy get himself out. I mean, all the pressure's on them, but I walked out there and I was like, hey, man, whatever is going to happen, Just get after it a little bit and throw the ball to target and try to locate your pitches and do what you can.
OU softball also had a busy weekend. They made quick work of Kansas and Marshall Saturday, run ruling both of them in 5 innings before stomping the University of Missouri in Kansas City 17-1, all thanks to a 7 RBI performance from Isabella Emmerling.
I'm seeing a lot of really good individual decisions as well. Things like today, I think there was a pass ball and our big hitter comes flying around third and creates big crowd noise and everything else. I just feel they're seeing things earlier.
And Thunder fans, I know it's been 9 years, but who needs Kevin Durant? Because Jalen Williams and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander must have some kind of personal vendetta against San Antonio. J-Dub dropped a career-high 41 points to go with SGA's 31 as the Thunder put down the Spurs 146-132. Colson, Olivia.
Thank you, Andrew. Coming up, a University of Oklahoma alum known for making her job her life wins a national honor.
We'll tell you more about this CEO and what she was awarded when OU Nightly returns.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way. My kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping, maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Police are asking for your help identifying a man they say is accused of taking pictures under dressing room stalls. Take a look at your screen. Do you recognize this man? Police say they've been investigating the incident, but leads have been unsuccessful. If you recognize this individual, you're asked to call Crime Stoppers. Colson, Olivia. Thanks, Cole. Women's History Month is off to an award-winning start after an Oklahoman woman is named USA Today's 2025 Woman of the Year.
Carrie Watkins, a Gaylord College alumna, is the CEO of the Oklahoma City National Memorial Museum. Watkins was one of the first employees at the museum. Thanks for watching OU Nightly. I'm Olivia Hayes.
And I'm Colson Pocock. Be sure to watch OU Nightly live weekdays at 4:30. Good night.
Love the hustle, Cliff. Who are you?
Your lungs.
We're quite proud of you.
Even though you quit smoking years